What's shaking, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid music, though I do think this is a tune. It's in the mid-90s sort of mode where it's sort of acid techno, sort of acid trance. And this artist, who I've been a bit remiss that I haven't started talking about him yet, but we're here now, which is De Donatis, aka Tommaso De Donatis, an artist who's produced tunes under a number of names, and involved in a number of duos and like groups. He's sort of like Andreas Kramer. Like, you really just have to go through and look at all the names and aliases that he's used. But De Donatis has been known as Organic Tea, a name that is important to me because I have a couple like hard acid trance records he did under that name. I want to say Bonaparte is a name he's used. There's a number of names, but he's also in some duos and groups, one of which is called Plastix, like Plastix. And this is the second record from Plastix, which again is partially De Donatis, but we're going to listen to the De Donatis mix of Zulu Tribe, which is the tune from Plastix 2. This is an upbeat record, so shout out to Upbeat, shout out to the label, like the fractal sort of art and the, you know, it sort of looks like a brain kind of. Nevertheless, this is De Donatis' remix of the tune he did as part of Plastix called Zulu Tribe. And when I tell you this is wicked acid trance, hopefully you understand my meaning. But yeah, shout out to De Donatis. This is 1997, his remix of Plastix Zulu Tribe on Upbeat. $33 or $45? $45? We'll know in a second. Where's that, like, flute or like woodwind? We good. I assume it's like, you know, like a traditional like flute or, you know, woodwind of some kind. Could just be a synth, I'm not sure. But the whole like track is themed around like Zulu, and like you can already hear this tribal chant. By the way, listen to that bouncing acid bass line. That flute, whatever it is, lots of atmosphere, and I do like the way it was cut up as it would roll, like listen to that acid bass line. I forgot to mention, among the things I already mentioned, De Donatis was also the like co-producer of Oren Terzi, the DJ Quicksilver. So like DJ Quicksilver tracks up until 2008, I think it was, were like co-produced with De Donatis. Zulu Nation. It's like this. It's like almost like one of the like tribal chants, but like washed out and like digitized. Maybe even like turned backward. But so far the acid is mainly that bass line. It's not overpowering the track, right? Well, we're gonna get more of it. There are other layers coming. It's about time for that little hazel to come back. Did I say something about acid? That deep acid now gurgling more, ready to boil over the top. I like how it cleans up and gets a little quieter here before the drop. Just that little tribal clap. Zulu Nation. Acid warbling. Africa from the Zulu Nation. thought of this tune when I reacted to Nuclear Hide and Pasola. It's a different vibe. That's a brighter tune. This is a darker, more mysterious tune. But they both have this kind of like mid-90s, it's sort of acid trance, it's sort of acid techno vibe. If you watch that reaction, you'll see I thought of, while I was listening to it, like, oh, I think you can mix it like De Donatis. The acid, man, so rich. He really is an amazing acid producer. There's no, like, I'll fight for that opinion, like, in any debate. Explores the vertical space. But again, it's the layers, right? It's that really high one, which is now like liquidy and chirping, but still that groovy acid bass below. Oh, the liquidity. Again, all the while. And there's that like washed out backward voice again, like. Obviously, were you mixing out, you would have already begun the major transition by that last measure break. Unless you have like a soft mix and like you're coming in here with like a nice pad or something, like a long intro of the new tune. But if you're doing a beat transition, you would have wanted to already be in the middle of it by the time that kick dropped out. But yeah, like I said, I'm a huge fan of De Donatis. I have a number of his remixes. The first Plastix tune, which I think is on Adrenaline, which is like a US label. Yeah, in fact, one or two of the tracks, my old channel, I talked about DJ Hardware's Adrenaline Hardcore Rush CD. A couple of the tracks on that mix are actually on Adrenaline, which makes sense. But anyway, the point is, the first Plastix record is like Baraba, and it's the same thing. The tune, the normal tune by Plastix is dope, but then I think there's a De Donatis specific mix, and that one is super cool too. So, and he made a bunch of tunes. Like I think maybe the other half of Plastix is DJ Ed. I just know that they were on a bunch of records together. So, yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of his acid work in particular. We'll come back. I've got a number of like remixes by him in particular, as well as the other Plastix records. So lots more De Donatis to come. I'm trying to remember, there's like a, what is it, like a PRG, like something progressive PRG. I have a couple records on that label that are like remixes of some really, like there's a vinyl where it's like a remix of the Aces Acid Squid, or is it Acid Train? It's one of those tunes. So yeah, we'll get to more acid in this flavor, and more particularly, or more specifically, by De Donatis. So let me know if you are a fan of his work as well. Let me know if you enjoy. As I mentioned, there's a whole bunch of aliases, so if one of the ones that you're very fond of that I didn't mention, feel free, please do comment. As I said, on my old channel, it got to the point, I was up to something like 240 subscribers, to the point where I'd put a video out, and almost always within a day or two there'd be someone commenting about the track, or saying, hey, this reminds me of this other tune, would you react to that one? So I'm gonna keep saying it. Hopefully people aren't just coming here to watch, but please do, like, if you have information that I didn't mention, please bring it to the equation. If you have a request or just like feedback or recommendation in general, I'd love to hear it. And again, if you're someone who followed my old channel and you're aware that maybe there's some people who had been following it, but they might not be aware that I do have a new channel, please do share the videos, let them know. Just trying to get back to where I was before, and where the conversations on every video were a bit more voluminous. So hopefully we can get back there. Anyway, thank you for watching. I do appreciate the people who are here. Have a good day, have a good night. I'll see you next time. Peace.